Hello and welcome back to West Ham Reunited. I'm Andy, and this afternoon I am joined by Jake. We're just going to do a little post-match discussion of a can you really call it frustrating? I say probably more not taking our chances. Me and Jake have
Yeah,
just spoken off there. We are absolutely shattered, probably like a lot of other people who travelled up to Anfield yesterday. But Jake, how are you, mate?
yeah. Putting the tiredness to a side, I'm right. I'm all right. It was positive yesterday, which I didn't expect to be saying, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely the same, mate. And to be honest, when you say that you're frustrated that you didn't get anything out of the game, especially at Anfield with Liverpool's record, it just proved how well the team done. But obviously, the news circulating all day that Declan Rice would have been out. There was rumours started early in the mid morning, and there was also rumours of Jared Bowen not even making the starting 11. Jake, when you heard that news, was you even more nervous than than me as well?
Yeah. Well, I didn't actually see this. Somebody mentioned it in the pub before the game, and I was like, "Oh, this is just going from bad from worse." I was thinking, right, so we are playing. Hope you have me right. We were playing Liverpool. We were going to be without Declan Rice, maybe Jared Bowen, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a long afternoon. And then, especially when Salah went through on goal, blew in 50 seconds in, I thought, oh, this is going to be an even longer afternoon.
Yeah, so we'll sort of talk about the starting 11. Obviously, Nikola Vlasic um, come in as well. And actually, on a lot of the websites, it says we were playing a 4-4-2 with Fornals up front with Antonio, which I didn't really see. But
Mm.
it probably was the best team we could put out, really, in that situation, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, I thought the lineup was as best as it could have been. Fabianski in goal, of course. Went through it all. I thought Lanzini had a great game in midfield once again, and he is pushing game by game closer and well beyond Saeed Benrahma, I'm afraid. And it is what it is. But Nikola Vlasic didn't really do much. He didn't burst on the scene too much. He wasn't one of the standout players in my opinion. He did okay, but yeah, with the lineup, I don't think there could have been too much more drastic changes to what we saw.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, you mentioned that Salah chance um, going on. I'm going to get straight to the point because me and you were in the crowd as well. What a disgrace Salah is to the football game. His diving is just beyond a joke, and the fact that nothing's getting done about it. And I think there may be another other player who's got done, but considering since this rule come in that they'll be penalised diving Manuel Lanzini away to Stoke all them years ago, I think maybe another player is the only other player to be done for diving, and that just proves what what it's like, isn't it, mate? His play acting was just a joke.
Yeah, we first 20 minutes was horrific, and then he realised, that John Moss wasn't taking any of it. It sort of in a way kind of slowed down a bit, but he could have been booked about 4 times in that first 20 minutes for diving. It was just all the time, and a lot of people around us were saying he was getting to the edge of the box, and then somebody behind was saying, "Oh, he's going to dive in a minute," and that's exactly what he did. It's so predictable. Yeah, the ref didn't fall for it, but he didn't talk to him. He didn't give him a yellow card, and but it's just Salah in it. And then when the crowd woke up on the 70th minute, they started singing his name. You think, oh dear, yeah, he's just such a diving cheat, man.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Let's have a look here and see it. Some of the comments. A lot of people are saying hello to each other. When did I receive my spanner? When you asked at the start, so it just proves that you never watch any live shows with me. So this is probably straight to the point. No, I received it when you asked. I can't remember what show it was. I think Jake was actually live on the show as well when I started giving the people out. Yeah, Mr. Cox is saying as well. Ref didn't even talk to him about it. Luke Legends in the building. I ain't seen you in a while, Luke. Hope you are doing well. Uh, Oh yeah, that's what I said. I said that as well, innit? Egyptian diving team. Peach, hope you're doing well. Sunny's out in the south. Have you got sun, Jake? Have you got any sun?
mm, yeah, we have actually. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is. It's been a quite nice and blue sky around us actually, which is a surprise. But yeah,
Yeah.
it is
No.
shiny on the south coast, Luke.
Yeah. No. Definitely. Um. So we'll get straight to the point, mate. Probably the goal. VAR. I've had a look again, and when you see Lukaku's goal being ruled out last week, I know it's a different game, and then you see yesterday and how long they took. Um, I don't know. I'm not even got my West Ham hat on. In my opinion, that's offside. What about you? Or do you reckon it is?
To be honest with you, in real time, we were like right in the corner, and I couldn't see what on earth was going on up there. You had to be like going round like this to try and see it. But I saw it. I saw it hit the back of the net. My first instinct was, is that offside? And it's difficult because I don't know what the rule is, because I think Dawson's arm and hand is playing him onside, but you can't do anything with your hand or arm, so therefore it shouldn't be offside. And then Mane's body is pushed up more than Dawson's body. So if we're saying this means nothing in offside rules, then it is offside, I'm afraid. But the thing that really annoyed me is that it went VAR, and I think up on the little screens they got in Anfield, I think it was up on that screen for about 8 seconds before it went VAR complete. The quickest VAR check I think I've ever seen.
The thing what done me more, mate, was match of the day. I watched match of the day when I got up. I got up at 1 o'clock. Today is mad. It's mad. I got
Oh
I
no.
got up at 1 o'clock, and they didn't even talk about it. All they said was a great finish from Mane. They didn't even show it, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I really don't understand it. I think if that was at the other end, that would be offside.
Mm. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Uh, Happy
Yeah.
Hammeret's asking you the question.
Do you want to see this? Ready? I can't really see it
Oh,
very well, but lift in there.
oh, look at
Basically, we were in this pub, and
yeah.
this like Liverpool guy was coming round, and it was a fiver or something to take a picture with the Carabao Cup. So there was about 8 of us, and we said let's have one, and we went like that. If you can't beat them, join them.
Exactly. Let's have a look here. Luke, I don't have an issue with the diving so long as it isn't given. That foul by
Mm.
Jota annoyed me more. Yeah, yeah. John Moss had a shocker. Obviously, there's another couple of. We might as well just talk about John Moss for the next 5 or 10 minutes straight. Quick. So obviously, the incident in the corner with Van Dijk and Vlasic being given
Mm.
the other way when the linesman gave it, and obviously
Oh,
Ben Rama and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Are we just being biased, or was that really rubbish yesterday?
ugh. I didn't expect anything else. We went out to Anfield. Of course, decisions are gonna go against us. I didn't see the picture for the like the 4 now for the Jota challenge on 4 hours until this morning. And I went, oh, that's a little bit nasty. That is, because studs were up on that. Let's not lie, studs were pretty much up on his, well, whatever you call that, just above his heel there, and mm, it didn't go to VAR. Did he get booked for it? I can't remember, but probably
I don't
not.
think so. I don't think so because I didn't even realise until half time that both Zuma and Dawson got booked in the first half. I didn't even realise.
Well, yeah, because Dawson got booked because they were nearly through on goal, and like Zuma took him down, but he gave the yellow card to Dawson.
Yeah,
I don't know what the yellow card for Dawson was for, because Dawson didn't touch him.
yeah.
Zuma was the one who came in and slid on him, and I think Dawson
I
got
think
the
I
yellow
think I think
card.
I think the best decision as well in that second half was when Bowen went clean through, and I think it was Robertson who took the tackle.
Mm.
Robertson took the ball out, and John Moss gave a goal kick. Even Liverpool were defending for the corner, and John Moss
Well,
was
yeah,
nowhere to
yeah,
be seen.
exactly. They were like lining up with their zonal defensive, and then they realised, oh, it's a goal kick. Let's push up a bit.
Yeah, no. Let's have a look here. Peach saying, yeah, he wore his Noble shirt yesterday. Yeah, Noble played well when he come on. Let's have a look here. It was a goal, to be honest. Hate to see that given offside. Be more annoyed if it was us. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Mm.
Uh, Same old Liverpool. Uh, John Moss was fine. Benny tugged Trent Alexander first. Okay. Mm,
Was that the one that was right in front of us down?
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
Christ! Oh yeah, that was a that. There was a bit from both of what I saw of it, but I did think it was a free hit to us personally.
Yeah, no, definitely. Ref should be made to go to. Yeah, no, definitely should be given training. Yeah, he has. Yeah, I didn't realise that. Sun is shining in Canada as well. So Jake, we'll talk about I wouldn't say lack of missed chances because we had 5 shots on target in the first half. Antonio with a couple, and obviously the Pablo Fornals one. I thought it was in. I thought
So did
Pablo
I.
Fornals was in. We was all celebrating. Should he have squared it to Antonio?
No.
No.
Um,
I saw a lot of people slagging him off because of it. So
mm,
yeah.
initially when I saw it, I thought he's not going to square that. That's in. I saw you about 5 minutes after the final whistle, and I said to you, "How the hell did he not score that?" I don't blame Fornals as much. He did need a bit more oomph on it. If I'm being honest with you, of course he did. A good clearance off the line from was it Trent Alexander that cleared it off the line. Just right idea, just didn't quite get over the line. But there's no excuses for that. I'm afraid. Professional football, you've got to be putting that in the back of the net.
Yep, no, most definitely. Antonio, he looked a different player again yesterday. He looked up for it. Do you think it is because that they wanted the battle? Like a lot of defenders, if you think of Wolves last week, they gave him a lot of space. They were like, "Well, what are you going to do actually with the ball?" But Konate and Van Dijk like a tug of war basically, and Antonio won it. Do you reckon that's the way he need? That reminded me of the start of the season. I think he needs to get back to that and just go into tussles with him instead of just trying to skill and past.
Yeah, the thing that's so strange about this, Antonio's played 3 games in 6 days, and his best performance came in the third out of the 3 games where you think he'd be the most tired and probably worn out the most, which I can't understand. Maybe I think it is because all round the team play better, and when the team plays better, Antonio plays better. He's got more service, he's got more to do, he's got more players around him. That does help to an element, but in the last few months he hasn't been winning headers. He won headers yesterday. He was holding the ball up well, and that's not what we've been seeing from him. And it's just so strange that it's come in this game where you'd think he'd be the most out of it, considering the work rate he does put in at times, and that's his 3rd game in 6 days. But yeah, he was very good. There was hints of the old Antonio. He was causing problems to Van Dijk and Konate, and he had that good shot in the first half down the other end that Alisson had to tip over the bar. He hit that sweetly, but overall, back to what we expect from Antonio.
No, most definitely. Obviously, we're going at half time and feeling really frustrated that we're not even level or maybe ahead when you think of the chances what we created. Do you think, because we know how good Declan Rice is, we were talking about this in the car on the way home, do you think that the players stepped up because they knew Declan Rice wasn't there, and maybe when they see Declan in the team, that they know they could drop off that 10-15%? Do you think?
Yeah, definitely. We showed that we can do it without Declan Rice in that side. We played without Declan Rice and for a large portion of the game without Jared Bowen in that match, which is a credit to the players, and almost they must have, the mindset. Of course, this isn't their mindset, but they must have looked around and think, "Oh, Dec ain't playing today. Oh, we're going to have to do that extra, put in that extra 10% to cover, and to ensure that we don't get too run over and this and that, and to ensure that nothing bad happens to what Declan would usually clear up and deal with no problem." And the players did themselves proud yesterday because they all stepped up.
Yep, most definitely. We'll talk about obviously Jared Bowen briefly. Obviously, it doesn't look good. Obviously, he had to be carried off. Do you think it's an advantage the fact that he didn't go off on a stretcher or it wasn't holding in place? It may be. Obviously, we're not doctors, but do you think maybe it may be more of an impact injury as well?
Yeah, it might have been. I said to Nicky after, I said, hopefully, fingers crossed, it is just an impact, and he's recovered this morning reasonably well. But we didn't, as you said, we're not doctors. Yeah, plus he didn't go off on a stretcher. He was near enough being carried off. He had to have support from both sides of him to get off, which is not great. I think some Liverpool journalists put on Twitter after the game that he came out in some sort of boot after the game, or some supportage on his heel/foot, which isn't positive. But we're not doctors. We'll have to wait and see what the diagnosis is, and whatever it is, I'm afraid.
Considering Liverpool's record of how good they are defensively, and you could probably say our front three who have not in the best of form. I say Bowen set a high standard. He's been our best player all season, but considering they've not been great, and the fact that we could carve over a Liverpool side, not just in the defence and the midfield, that's got to be positives going into Seville on Thursday.
Oh yeah, definitely. Everything from yesterday was positive, except from we couldn't hit a barn door. I'm afraid, and we've got so many positives going into that. We've got positives that we can go into it, and if Declan Rice is there or not, that we know we can put in a performance. Yes, it's going to be more difficult because Sevilla are a completely different outfit. I'm sure they might be a completely different outfit, a completely different way of playing. But let's not forget, Sevilla aren't on a fantastic run of form at the moment. They lost to they drew to Alvarez or a lesser side in La Liga. They drew 0-0. They've got injuries. Sevilla fans aren't very confident. They're not in the best run of form. Yes, neither are we. We're travelling out there after a very hard game yesterday evening, but we've got to take confidence out there, because the way we played, if we can, on another day we would have scored at least 2 yesterday at the very least. Just things, the run of the mill things didn't quite fall our way, but we've got plenty of confidence to take into Sevilla on Thursday.
Yeah, no, definitely. Sorry, Happy, you may want to close your ears. Memo Lanzini's chance, is that the miss of the season?
Oh, it was atrocious. Oh, sorry, Hammer. We were talking about Lanzini before the game in the pub, and she said, I hope he scores today. And he flipping well should have done, and all. I couldn't quite see the goal. I could see it came back out to him. I'm like, right, I'm ready to celebrate. Cameras out, filming, let's go. And then all of a sudden, I see it just blaze over the bar, and everybody goes, "Oh my God, how's he missed that?" And literally, there was a moment where there was 3,000 of us going, "Did that actually just happen? Did he just actually hit that over the bar? How he did it, I don't know." That poor astronaut, honestly. But it's just what happens in it. And again, there's no excuses. You've got to be burying that. You've got to be burying that on your best day. No wonder away from home at Liverpool, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Do you think it's because he had too much time to think about it? That's the only thing I can.
Possibly. Yeah, I do. Possibly he overthought it. He should have just drilled it hard and low and just bang and it was in, or just with a bit of height on it. But get over the ball, for the love of God. Don't blaze it like that. Just don't do that.
We're sort of going to talk about obviously if Jarrod Bowen is missing. Do you think we'll do a change of system to adjust it, or do you think maybe Nikola Vlasic will move out to the right hand side and obviously Ben Rama to cut in, and obviously Lanzini or Fornals behind him, or do you think Moyes may go down a different route?
I don't know what David Moyes is going to do against Sevilla. This Bowen incident might change his mind in a way, because with Bowen there, then he could have rested a couple of the attackers that played yesterday, brought in Ben Rama, and just gave a couple of them a rest perhaps. But now we haven't quite got that luxury of Bowen supposedly out injured now, we think, which is disappointing, which thinks that we might park the bus, not completely, but we might go out there with a more defensive attitude if we do go out there without Jarrod Bowen, because the attackers we've got is Antonio, Vlasic, Lanzini, Ben Rama, Fornals. So Antonio's played 3 games in 6 days. Fornals started, Lanzini started, and Ben Rama's fresh. So Ben Rama will of course start. Can you really see Antonio starting again?
No. Me
So
not.
if we chalk him off, then we're only going to play 3 up front, aren't we?
Yeah, most probably. Yeah, we'll sort of talk about that, Jake, because you sort of, sorry, I agree. I think Antonio deserves the one advantage. What we've got is Aston Villa's playing on Thursday night as well in the Premier League, so they've not got the 8 days rest what they would have had. So that would definitely be that. But Vlasic, what did you think of him yesterday?
He didn't have the shining impact that I expected and wished that he did have that spark. I thought he was okay. I thought he was lively at times, but not the wow. He was very good today, I'm afraid. But
Yeah,
he was okay, which at the moment, okay, he's not quite good enough. But with everything that's going on, don't want to get political, we might not have to pay a penny for him or next to nothing for him.
yeah. Obviously, we mentioned last season because obviously Rice was missing for the Burnley game last year. I thought Sojek and Lanzini really do work well together as a midfield too. And obviously, apart from the miss, what Lanzini done, he pretty much had the perfect game. Would you be happy with them two, or do you think Noble may come in for Sevilla?
David Moyes spoke to Talksport. We were listening to Talksport on the way back, and Moyes said we were hoping to give Noble at the very maximum 20 minutes. We gave him 30, and he coped with it okay. To be fair, I thought Noble was very good when he came on. He pushed us up a bit. He brought us a bit of energy, which did in a way surprise me.
That ball for Antonio was class.
Oh, it was. It was superb. It depends on what state Lanzini's in, whether he's going to be able to play. Again, that's up to David Moyes. We won't know what type of fitness he's at until David Moyes picks that lineup. So we'll have to wait and see. Will Noble start? It depends on Lanzini's fitness, I think.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Jake, like I said, I wanted to keep this short and sweet. Is there anything else you want to add before we go?
Yeah, just disappointed. If we would know how to take our chances and hit a barn door, we'd probably be through to the quarters of the FA Cup, and we would have picked up at the very least, a point yesterday, which is so frustrating. But there's no point dwelling on it. We've got to move on to a very exciting fixture on Thursday against Sevilla, where we'll rest and watch it from the comfort of the living room.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Obviously, I know a few of us happy travelled up yesterday. I think a few people were laying around on the sofa, and this is sort of a build-up show because we've got a very important. I know Jake's off the cricket, but we've got a very important game kicking off at 3:30 today. Hopefully, Man City do us a favour as well, which I probably will. Probably will have to agree with the starting 11 with no Ronaldo and no Luke Shaw, especially in the starting 11 for Manchester United. Yeah, thanks to everyone in the chat. Hope everyone enjoys. I'm going to go and chill out on the sofa and watch this game. Mr. Gates, hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, we're just heading off. Look out again for tomorrow because the next player, the right back position, will start to be taken up in the West Ham all-time Premier League 11 with Big Ludo making his. It was the first player announced this week. So yeah, we are. Who will be in the right backs, Jake? In your era, is there anyone in particular who would get into yours? Probably Soufal, probably, isn't it for you?
Yeah, well, it's Soufal or Johnson. We haven't had some very good right backs in my time, but Andy, I'll let you go.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Thank you, everyone, and take care. And I will speak to you soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.